This is just your basic piece of black chiffon that I cut off the bottom of a dress. I'm going to start by cutting off the hem edge of the strip. And what you're going to do is you're going to do a rolled edge hem on both sides of the fabric. Okay, now we finished doing our rolled edge on both sides of the fabric, or both edges. So now we're ready to start doing our gathering so that we can make a nice rose. And if you notice, some parts of my hem was wide, some parts of my hem was narrow. With these type of roses, it's not going to really matter because you'll be able to work that portion in very nicely. You'll just have definition with a wider portion of the rose and a narrow portion. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a fast gather. And if you're not familiar with what that is, you can check out my video, how to gather fabric fast, and that will show you how we're going to do the gathers. And once you've done a fast gather, this is what your fabric should look like after you finish doing the fast gather. So now that we've got this thread tail on the end here, and since you've already got it to the width that you want it, I like to tie a knot in my thread. Okay, so now we got our knot tied. We're going to thread both of our ends into the eye of our needle. And because you're working with two threads trying to go into that one eye, this is the time you might want to use your needle threader. And you're going to take your needle threader and you're going to insert it inside the needle. And then that gives you a bigger eye to put the two threads through. So now I'm going to put the two threads through. And then I'll just pull it back out through the needle eye. And then now I've got my needle thread. So now you see I have just my basic black dress. I've just done a zigzag with chalk, and that's where I'm going to actually follow this line when I'm sewing my rosette in place. I'm going to insert a pin, and you're pretty much going to follow this all the way around till you get to the bottom of your zigzag. And remember, my rose was thinner at the beginning, and it's fuller at the bottom. That's going to work to my advantage because I would rather have more flower down here than up here. As you can see, I'm continuing to follow the zigzag pattern, and as I follow, I'm scrunching the rose up just a little bit, not much, but I'm scrunching it up just a little bit to give more fullness. So I'm almost at the end, and I'm still working on that same side. Just make sure you keep twisting your rose back. And then I'm taking the rest of the rose, or the tail end, and you're going to do the same thing at the end that you did at the beginning. Fold this under, because this is our underside, so we're going to fold it under this way. And when you finish, this is going to end up right here at the very end of the zigzag. And so once I got that at the end of the zigzag, then I know the rest of this is going to follow just above that. Well, I've completely finished sewing my rosette down to my dress, and I think it adds a nice little touch. I'm going to zoom out so that you can see my dress. And I think that this added a little extra something to the dress because the flower just added that extra special touch. Go through your closet, go through your scraps, find all of those nice little scraps that you can work with and add them to your dress. Happy sewing!